This was the first time we actually ever put a bar on the edge of a pond.
Well, I had just come off of vacation, and so many of these tropical resorts, they have these swim-up bars for people. And so the idea of doing a swim-up bar for fish just seemed like we could do it, right?
Why not? Swim-up bar for fish. Not too many houses have a drawbridge to their entrance.
No.
What I can't believe is that we're in the middle of a city. Look at this.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
You're looking right down, you're seeing all the fish right here. You literally go from a drawbridge to being able to feed the fish off the drawbridge. It's pretty cool. It is a overcast but beautiful day in Arlington Heights, Illinois. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, and it's all about living the aquascape lifestyle. And speaking of living the aquascape lifestyle, how about sitting at a bar, drinking an iced tea, and feeding fish? Just check out this unbelievable property. Head designer, master designer, Brian Helfrich, my top lieutenant for 23 years in the local market in Chicago, designing and building these water features. How long has this pond been here?
We put this in about 7 years ago, and it looks like it's been here a lifetime.
It sure does.
He's done such a good job with the plants, the magnolia trees. Like, he's got some really cool, interesting stuff. That's a contorted river birch, which I've never seen before. So he's just got awesome stuff. Like so many of our customers, I know that I have the vision. They can see that I have the vision, and they take this huge leap of faith, right? And I know they don't understand what I'm talking about, but there's a trust me, this is gonna look cool, and they did. And thank God they did, because this is the first time and only time we've ever done it.
So not just do you have a swim-up bar, but look at this destination boulder. I know this is one of your favorite things, getting features that will draw you out so the consumer can interact with their water feature.
It was almost a straight line from this pathway like this, right? And I really wanted to pull the patio further so we could pull this table out. One of the challenges, and this is a trick for other contractors, there was no way we were gonna match this brick with the existing brick there.
No.
So the idea of putting a little, almost like a carpet, right, in here, but to go what you were saying, this destination boulder, everybody that comes to the pond, everybody, and I don't mean some of the people, but every person that comes to the pond walks up onto this rock, because it invites you to interact with the pond. No different than you're doing. It's like you're a little child.
Imagine that. What was this customer's vision that he actually aligned with you?
You know, he said, Brian, this is kind of your palette. I do remember him reining me in a little bit. Like, I had golf cart parking for them because they use their golf carts to visit with neighbors.
This is party central for the neighborhood here.
I think
Can you imagine that?
I think at one point this was going to overflow and go down through a longer stream that way. So like a lot of customers, they have to rein me in a little bit, but he said, I love it here. And then the design is no different than designing for any other backyard. This is their family room over there. Look at this waterfall.
The view from inside the house is so important because even outdoor loving people spend the majority of their time inside the house.
So there's this huge window right here that looks out this way, and then they have this little kitchen nook over here that looks out this way. So it called for a waterfall.
Yes.
So like every other design, a design from the inside of the house first and then move outside.
Sure.
I knew that a waterfall needed to be there, and then how do I get this pond to come over here into this viewing area? The waterfall over on that side is visible from a different part of their kitchen, but more importantly, their bedroom. So one from their bedroom, one from the rest of the house.
A bar for the fish. I mean, you got every kit and caboodle in here. This is awesome.
The big bell and whistle on this pond, besides fish swim-up bars and sunken outdoor kitchens and all that kind of stuff, is really the wetland filter. Our skimmer biofalls will keep a pond healthy and clean and clear. This wetland filter takes this pond to a different type of clarity. It actually makes these fish look like they're almost floating in air. That's how clear this water gets. And we had so much rain last night, and look how clear it still is. You were just walking here and I would have forgotten all about this. We're working with a combination of moss rock and weathered limestone.
Yep.
And weathered limestone every now and then gets some really neat cragginess to it. This piece here actually has this large hole that goes all the way down in there. And we've got a light that sits down in there, lining up the multiple bridges, right? So we have this bridge here, we have that bridge there, and then you can decide, do I want to go off to the driveway or come down to the outdoor kitchen over in here? So one of my favorite parts, and there's so many with this project, are these multiple destination boulders. So this big flat rock not only invites you to walk up down it, but also allows you to interact that much more with this waterfall. I love simple waterfalls like this. So many times we do the bouncing around and it's crashing, but I call this more of a Vail style waterfall. It's really narrow and very, very tall, and I wanted something like that because it's visible from greater distances. This would be one of my favorite spots, and just being able to sit on this rock and then easily come into this section of the pond and kind of cool off if you wanted to on a hot summer day. You guys tell me what your favorite part of the pond is. I think Greg wants to show you his.
You gotta come and see mine. You probably saw me sitting there having my iced tea, but the fact that you walk down into this space and then you can go right up to the edge and feed the fish. It's the only bar that we've ever built next to a pond before, so I mean, how could this not be my favorite? Literally just reach right over here and get the fish, and in a minute they'll be all up here just eating. So this is my favorite part. The only one that we've ever done. I'd love to do it again, and this is what makes my job so fun, seeing all the unique things that we can do. Look at that. One of the things that we say about these water features is it creates the space for the whole backyard living. So living the aquascape lifestyle is just not about the water feature, it's how people live the lifestyle. So here you have your kitchen on one side and you have your bar on the other that you can feed the fish from. You have your outdoor seating areas. It really creates an entire destination for the whole family and the entertainment zone for everybody.
This is my favorite. There's not too many ponds we've built where you get a sight line like this.
Yeah, look at that.
Where the water is actually closer to your waist than it is down by your feet. And just what an awesome view looking across.
Believe it or not, I am in Glen Ellen, Illinois, which you would never guess by seeing this unique, cool house here. Ed Ballou, my top lieutenant for 25 years.
25 years.
And this is about a 10-year-old project that we built. This is a castle of a house. And one of the cool things I love about doing this vlog is the unique properties that we get to visit. Check this out.
Quite an engineering feat with all that wall work. He's got the bridge over there going into the over into the garage, and you're passing over this thing in multiple areas. I mean, the view from up here is cool, but that whole section as you're driving in and out of the home, breathtaking.
So Ed, one of the biggest design flaws that we see is people that build a long stream going into a small pond like this one looks like. But this is not a skimmer design because actually the water will allow it to fluctuate even though it's a small footprint.
This is what we call the pondless design. So this allows the water to actually drop down below that gravel level. So the only reason that that water is visible right now is because of all the rain. The main pond is that. This is supposed to look like a dry creek bed. So what happens with this design is we have to calculate all that water in motion. So all the way from the top, 50 feet away, we have to calculate the the length and the average width of that stream and figure out the thickness of water going over that. Every square foot of stream surface, 1 inch deep, is 0.62 gallons of water. So 100 square feet of surface, that's 62 gallons of water. There's actually hundreds of square feet here. So we're looking at a few hundred gallons of water that we have to compensate for. So what that means is when you turn that pump initially on, we have this big volume of water. It's gonna suck that thing down. So what I normally do is I figure out all that water in transit and then I double it. So if we have 250 gallons of water in transit, I have 500 gallons down in here, and then we're covered. Right. Then we could fluctuate up and down accordingly, and it's gonna work.
But if not, when the power goes off, the water will drain out, they'll go back up, and then there'll be no water to pump.
Exactly. So this is probably one of the most common problems we see because everybody wants that beautiful stuff, but they don't know how to end it. Yep. So you have to really think out all the designs, and this was quite complex with all the trees, and you got the walkways and the bridges and
a dry creek bed that fills up with water when it rains.
So many pieces here. I mean, just the construction of this logistical challenge, as well as engineering. Cool stuff, though. I mean, it came out awesome. I love the look. All this rock, I mean, it looks like this is 1,000 years old, right? I mean, just natural. You got the cool old home and all that, and it's just
full shade pond, no lilies, but look at these beautiful hostas. What originally inspired this homeowner that wanted water full time was every time it rained, this dry creek bed would fill up, and he loved the sound of water, which is why we came in here. But it also made for a technological challenge trying to design a recirculating system basically alongside a creek.
I could totally see this as being inspiration. Now it's just a matter of making it all work for this property.
Let's go check it out. It's on the other side. This is so cool.
I love this property.
So this is a natural stream that flows through, and we literally put the liner in. Why doesn't hydrostatic pressure pop up?
We have rock, we have gravel, we have water. If this were to drain and this would have water on the other side, that'll start to bubble up. But as long as we have weight on there, it's gonna it'll level itself out. Now during spring, when this is being drained down for cleaning, then that thing bubbles up. You always have to be conscious of that.
I love the hostas here. I mean, just look at those little chairs up there. That's where we were standing and looking down. But what a unique design, literally in the middle of a forest right here with a driveway that cuts through with a creek going through it. I mean, how many times can you get this in someone's yard? And this is what I love about my job. Every property is unique. Every water feature is a unique work of art, one-of-a-kind custom creation, because every setting is different. This is about as unique of a setting as you could possibly build in, with a castle type of a house in the back. Hey, if you guys like to see this stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and follow along so more people can see what living the aquascape lifestyle is all about. I love my job.